Hey y'all, welcome back. Life's Better with T. Today I decided to do this video on staying at home moms versus putting your kids in daycare and going to work. So when after I had my son, he's 4 now, but after I had him, I stayed at home for about almost 2 years. It was draining, but I was actually in school, so that's why I kind of did it, because it was a lot to manage and deal with at the time. But I was talking with a friend, and me and her was talking, and we was just like, because we both military, and on top of us both being military, we both had to deal with, being a stay-at-home spouse, as well as deciding if we want to go to work. So yeah, I do work at home. She works at home as well. It's like we got so much in common. So we both work at home, and then we were just talking about it and how it's so much easier to work at home and still be able to push your kids in daycare and school, to be able to have that type of life. And working at home has been so amazing because I get to clean, I get to cook and do everything on my breaks and stuff. And when we have downtime, it's good as well. It's also good because when the kids are like if the kids are sick and they're homesick, I can still go to work. So it's great. But the part about the staying at home mom, it's kind of the same because I work at home, so it's just me basically being around the house all day, probably doing nothing. But when I was actually staying at home, my kids were at home, so they wasn't in daycare, they was at home as well. So that's just a lot. I mean, not much of a lot because you have to teach them, but I really decided to put my kids in daycare, well, mainly my son now, because I needed him to have a social life. And I didn't too much want too many people kids at my house, because when I was having people kids at my house, it was a lot, because when they get sick, it was sick in my whole house. You get what I'm saying? So I decided to put him in daycare to have a social life, and he's learning so good, and my daughter is too, and she has a social life. She go to school and everything. And yeah, I mean, so if you are a stay-at-home mom, nothing against you, because I was once there. I just eventually got tired and bored, and I needed to do something with my life. I am still a stay-at-home spouse. To be honest, I just work at home. This works, definitely it works best for me. I like to be comfortable in comfortable clothes majority of the time, and just stay at home and chill and relax and just work at home. I'm a people person, so I talk to people on the phones all day. I'm not much of a person that wants to be in somebody's face because I get aggravated really quick. But to be working at home and on the phone, it's way more easier and better. You don't have to worry about none of the extra stress, drama, or anything of people, employees in your face with all the mess. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I feel like the best decision I made was to put my kids in daycare, and my daughter started school, and I got to be able to work at home. I still have a job, I still work, I just work at home, which is best for me because I can still I can maintain work and home all together. I can have dinner ready, I can have laundry done, I can have the house clean on my 15-minute breaks. I go and vacuum all the rooms and dust and stuff like that. So it's a win-win. Versus if I was to get up and go to a job every day, I gotta get up, waste gas, waste food, because I'm out probably buying lunch because I'm not meal prepping. But since I work at home, I meal prep every day during the week, well, every day on Sundays, and I have something to eat on my 30-minute break. So my 30-minute breaks don't take long because I can eat my lunch. I clean the kitchen. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I clean the kitchen, I sweep, mop, whatever I can do on my 30-minute lunch. I just try to get in, I set a timer, and I go. And by the time I get off work, like I actually get off work, I don't have really much to do but to spend time with the kids, because I done got so much done. So I definitely recommend working at home. I have been seeing a lot of posts about people kept saying they was trying to get a job working at home. They rather work at home, and it's a lot easier. I swear, I love it. I don't want to go on another person's job. I want to stay home and work behind the desk all day, every day. That's what I want to do, and I love it. So yeah, this is what I want to talk to you guys about putting your kids in school or daycare just to work. or stay at home. And I feel like, I don't know, because I am at home, but best decision was to put my kids in school. To stay home with them is good as well, but again, they need a social life. They go to school to learn with other kids, and I don't have to worry about breakfast, lunch, and I do cook. I make sure I eat breakfast and dinner, but lunch and snacks and stuff throughout the day, I don't have to worry about it because my son is in daycare. And I mean, the amount of money I'm paying, he eats. And he gets all the education that he needs. And I love it because I can definitely see the difference in him learning by being there. Not saying that he wouldn't learn if he was at home. It would just be a lot on me because when he was home and I was home being a stay-at-home mom and I was not working, I was in school. So I was in school. So by me being in school, it kind of took a lot because I was like, I was dreading doing my schoolwork. So that would push everything to the side with me trying to focus on, you know, teaching them and stuff like that. I would just here and there. But yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. So if you have any more ideas or anything about it, like I said, I can only tell you guys what I go through. So that's all I got to say to you guys today about working at home. Not working at home. See, my mind isn't working at home, but I do work at home. That's all I got to say about working in conjunction with stay at home. Bye, y'all.